Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Expert Chat. Today's session, we are talking about a very exciting topic on sports science. And before I go, I like to introduce Sunanda Rao. She'll be going in conversation with Mr. Subrata De. Sunanda Rao, she is a founder concept. She is managing editor, Career Beacon, and a convener of NCCN. She is also a regular columnist on a national newspaper, Amar Ujala. And as we all know, the sports is something that is, when we talk about it, it brings excitement. It brings, you know, uh, the name itself makes us energetic, active, and we feel like getting up from our seats. Yes, it is just not another form of a game. It is the way of life for the people who live and uh, live a career in sports. So, with the time, the sports career is also changed. Earlier, it used to be just a hobby. People used to take up sports just as a hobby. They were not thinking about taking that as a career. But with the time, the things have changed, people thoughts have changed, and the way the government has promoting the physical fitness and sports, definitely there are number of careers associated with sports have emerged and are continuing to emerge. So today we are talking about the sports science. Uh, so Sunanda, welcome and today's session. And as I told you that Mr. Subrata Dev will be joining us, and you will be in conversation with him. So please take it further.
Thank you so much, Kavita, for the lovely introduction and wishing you everybody a very happy Ganesh Chaturthi. And I hope Lord Ganesha ensures that there are no obstacles in your life, everything is clear, and you are blessed with blessings of Lord Ganesha. Well, with this, I'm going to start a small thing. That is, sports is something, as Kavita has said, it actually helps you to, touches everyone's life. Now, most of the people, they are sports people, but there are some people who enjoy looking at sports, watching sports thing. Now, do you think there is a career for them? Yes, definitely there is a career for them. Sports science is an area where, if you can see any of the sportsmen, there are a number of people who are behind him for the success of that person. One is exercise physiologist, one is the nutritionist, one, or in a nutshell, if I have to say, the sports science person is behind every sports person. And sports science is a degree which gives and offers a career to start in sports industry, but not only you will be in touch with the sports people, you would gain a very good business knowledge and the knowledge about the management of the skills. So this is what is sports science about. And today, as Kavita has already shared, we have Mr. Subrata De, who is with us. Welcome, Subrata, to the channel and to the expert chat. Today, we are coming up with a very, interesting topic, that careers with the sports science. To introduce Subrata, Subrata is one of the person who is, has done his BSc, then MSc, and of course, he is now with Ministry of Youth and Sports at National Institute of Nutrition, Hyderabad. He is a person who is a life member of many of the sports things. He was with the Sports Authority of India, Patiala, few years back. And he has done commendable work in exercise scientist, so this one, exercise physiology. He is a sports science person. He writes regular columns. He is an award winner for the excellence in 2019 by National Career Counselors Network during the Career Hackathon for his excellence work in the sports science. He has impacted many lives. He is a very good motivational talk person. When he delivers the talk on the sports science, he ensures that he creates an interest in everyone about the sports science. So Subrata, without delaying much, I would like to welcome you to the expert chat, and we would like you to first set up the context.
Yeah. Thank you very much, ma'am, for this well and very beautiful introduction. Wish you all very, very happy Ganesh Chaturthi on this auspicious occasion. I would welcome you all, those who are right now in our Zoom meeting room, and also those participants who are joining in Facebook Live channel, this NCC and New Delhi. So thank you very much. And today it's a day for sports sciences. As ma'am told, that sports and the science, and apart from that, career, and what are the areas that we usually deal as a sports scientist. So today's topic is quite interesting. Although we almost those persons who are involved in this profession like sports sciences, they know. But over there some other aspects that we have to know about this thing. So not delaying much, I am just sharing my screen and my topic today. That is that will be right now. I think it is visible for you, ma'am. My screen is visible, Kavita ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rito. Yes. Please
Yeah.
continue.
So today I will be talking on the topic that is sports science and introduction. What is sports science? Just bit some points, and then career prospects. I mean, what are the opportunities which have in the sports sciences, and of course some courses which are offered in particularly the sports sciences, and that is most important, that research areas in sports sciences. So let's start with sports sciences. So sports science, if we defined it as it is an interdisciplinary field that explored the complex nature of human movement, starting from that body, how it respond to acute and chronic physical exertion. It could be like any kind of exercise, from fitness training and to the recreational and professional sports. Again, we can say that this is like a discipline which composite different discipline or subject related to that, like sports medicine, exercise and sports physiology, movement analysis, training, conditioning, and also sports and exercise psychology, biochemistry, anthropometry, and this all subject all together encompasses this sports science. So this sports science is like a core discipline, that explore the factor influencing sports performance and the strategies to improving it. So another word, we can say that there is a growing demand of exercise and sports scientists around the globe. So ultimately, so far one question still arises, that is this sports science is young as a science? If we look at different sciences subject, like even though there are social sciences, sports sciences applied and these things, so when compared to the so-called fundamental or pure basic sciences like biology, chemistry, physics, education, mathematics, and these things, so this research tradition of this body, related to this knowledge, and that is very well established in terms of sports science. So if you talk about it, like sports science lens on the knowledge of scientific methodology that have originally been developed by fundamental science. We use the science basic principles and we apply on sports person, that is nothing but athlete. One kind of thing that we can say, and how their movement in terms of sport, if you're doing this time it's cricket, if your movement is like this, then it is be hockey. So some based on the nature, we ultimately deal with this subject as an athlete. So in fact, sports science is not a single science, of course, rather it's wide and vast. It's like a heterogeneous family of sciences which share the same area of research interest. So therefore, instead of sports science, one might properly speak about sports sciences, right? So while a common model for the sports sciences has not been yet established, we can say that with confidence that sports science research trend to the multidisciplinary in nature, and its scope of interest is very extensive. So now the another question, that what sports scientists exactly do. So here are a few points. I'm not going into details because our focus will be that what are the courses and what are the career prospect in terms of sports sciences, right? So one thing, that is specialization early and late. It is one of the contest that if that your subject or your athlete or of course your child, if you consider that early specialization, is it good or it is bad? So from sports scientist view of point, I could say specialization should not be too early, because if you have your child, if your child supposed to be a sports person, then from minimum age of 18 14 to 16, you can say multiple sports you can apply, and then specialization. So it is essential to play multiple sports, right? And don't be specialized too early. It let them play, and based on their skills and ability and body's response, you can put them in a particular discipline. So these are the basic points which we generally deal with in our sports sciences. And we generally consider this human body as a different blends of hardware, you can say, like starting from different systems and like different movement. So ultimately how these bodies expand, bodies response could be better in terms of their performance. Ultimately we do these things like we as a sports scientist. So these are the basic points which sports sciences deal. Now sports sciences, what are the different branches of sports sciences? So in this diagram, you can see from starting from this sports anthropometry, and sports biochemistry, sports biomechanics, sports nutrition, sports psychology, sports physiology, and GTMT, that is general training and methods of theory. So these all subjects ultimately, this all sub branch of this sports sciences ultimately we deal. So if we're looking forward for particularly subject like sports anthropometry, so its subject is deals with the human body. They're like body composition, what are the percentage of fat, and related to body measurement, right? So these are the areas where we can explore, the sports scientist can explore their research work in terms of how much fat should be there, or what is the optimal to get the performance, particularly sports. So this anthropometry, particularly sports anthropometry, they deal with this body structure, physique, and their composition. And these are the some applications in terms of research areas that sports anthropometrists can do. So these are the some points like body composition, starting from talent identification, morphological optimization, and of course different evaluation of human body size based on their sporting event, right? And another field, that is sports biomechanics. This sports biomechanics, ultimately what they do, it is nothing but it's a core science like biophysics, like bio, that is life, and this mechanics, it means nothing but the movement and different things, like it's a part of like physical sciences like physics. So this sports biomechanics people, they can analyze the movement in terms of their velocity, force, what are the proper angle. Say for example, like you have that athlete like shot putter, if you have that athlete like javelin, so what should be the ideal angle to throw? So these things they will deal, that is the work of sports biomechanics, right? And then these are some just figure I have put here, like different things that a sports biomechanics can explore in terms of research. Like in this diagram you can see what is the exact angle should be there to be a good sprinter or runner. Similarly here some testing is going on related to this sports biomechanics, right? So new research, some point here I have put related to sports biomechanics, like different analysis, motion, speed, and of course dynamometer and their strength. That thing they can also analyze. Now coming to the next point, that is sub branch of this sports science, that is sports psychology, which is very important. Like whatever you have to be mentally fit, you have to be, what are the emotional intelligence, like these things, this sports psychologist have a crucial role. So these are the some aspects which I have put here, like sports psychologist, their definition, if we defined it, that is scientific study of human mind and their behavior. So these are some areas which sports psychologist can explore, like teaching, research, counseling. That is also very important. Apart from career counseling, if you look in the sports, that is also important. What their level, their behavior, and of course their different emotional intelligence and these things they do. So these are some things. And now another very important subject, that is sports nutritionist, sports nutrition. Those sports nutritionists, they work and they deal with athlete with their different, starting from diet to what should be the ideal diet and these things. So it is the science, if we define nutrition, it is the science of study of different nutrients like food and their intake of food relation to body's dietary needs. So these are the basic points which I have put. Ultimately, it deals with the understanding of quantity, quality of nutrient, I mean, which is ideal, which is good, which is not good. So related to these things, they deal. So we have already, we know that athletic performance, it is multifactorial. Different approach is there, like apart from this genetics, they are influenced by training, nutrition, of course, different things or different factors which are involved. So that thing, sports nutritionist can also interfere in terms of what are the diet should be taken. So these are some key areas related to the sports nutrition in terms of research, like individualized nutrition, dietary intake. These are the points which I have put based on research that related to their training schedule, what kind of diet should be taken. So these are some areas of sports nutrition, right? Another thing, that is sports specific nutrition. This is also very important, like particularly nutrient which is utilizing for providing energy differ from based on that type of training. So these things a sports nutritionist can deal. Another thing that is important, recovery nutrition and meal timing. To get optimal performance for an athlete, it is very, very important. It could be like before competition, it could be like after competition, of course during competition, in between, what are the diet should be taken, they can analyze these things. So these are quite some areas that a sports nutrition can deal. So these are the some points which I have put here. And another thing, that is point 4, hydration status and strategies. This is also very important thing. And another 5th point, that is nutrition for competition and under different environmental conditions. This is also a very good point, that different environmental conditions. Say for example, your athlete is in training, particularly in humid on hot temperature, and they are also going to other cool or most colder area. So what could be the diet based on that? I mean, of course there are a lot of factors involved, like in terms of metabolism and energy expenditure. So that thing they can decide. And another, that is supplement use. They can also decide, of course this supplement in sports industry is growing and it's booming, and that sports nutritionist working with athlete need to understand the safety and the efficacy of the currently available supplement. So there's a few points. And another, that is of course exercise and sports physiology. That is very, very important. Here we as exercise physiologists deals with athletes, their different, I mean, systems response in terms of sport or any physical exercise, from like say for example how their heart rate is going in during their training, right? So that thing we generally use, and we take that science, I mean basic principle of science, like sports physiology and exercise physiology. It is not like that. Exercise physiology, what it is, if we talk about, it is the study how the body respond or adapt in a physical stress. So these are the areas that sports and exercise physiologists deal. So ultimately this exercise and sports physiology overlap significantly, and therefore they are generally considered together. So there is no controversy between exercise physiology and sports physiology. So sports physiology, basically they take the basic principle of exercise physiology to guide the training and enhance the sports performance, right? So these are some basic areas that sports science should deal. Like other areas, like I'm not going into detail, that sports biochemistry and of course different training, that thing is there. Okay, so now I will be discussing, that is very, very important, that what are the opportunities that we have, and of course the career, what are the career opportunities that individual can build. Because nowadays, you know, in like our country, it is not so popular, of course from government side. And now if you look back previous 5 or 6 years, of course there are a lot of things happened, and in particularly the sports science, it is like a new trends and culture. It's not new but already established, but many information, and of course from government side many things happens. So we need to know that what are the opportunities that we have. We can build a career from for your child. Like for example, your child just pass out this +2, then you are worried that how they can face they can fix their career in, not for like stereotype going for engineering or doctor or any other areas. That we basically as a guardian you can also guide them. But apart from that, in sports you can build a career. So that thing we will be discussing, that what are the things that you can explore particularly in sports. So this is one of the good quotation from Jerry Rice, that today I will do what others would not. So tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't. With these things, I will start these different opportunities and career prospect. And this is the scope, that what are the scope of work related to this sports science and sports scientist field. So here some point I have put that related to graduate and PGs after completion. I mean, when you will complete your degree, for example, BSc or BPES and these things, and of course, master degree, that is PG, you will get some knowledge about the skills and the abilities to the various sports sciences centers and subjects, starting from anthropometry, as I told that sports psychology, nutrition, physiology, biochemistry, biomechanics, GTMT, these things. So there are a lot of opportunities that you can be. So this will be some basic work that you can post, that you can hold, you can take after completion of your graduate and postgraduate, that is exercise and sports physiologist. You can be movement analysis and biomechanics, you can be sports psychologist, sports nutritionist, sports anthropometrist, and of course biochemistry expert. Apart from that, you could be a trainer, particularly in health and fitness specialist, or different areas that you can also explore, particularly in this sports sciences. And apart from that, another aspect that can also you can explore health and consultant. I mean, to be a consultant, you have to have your basics should be sports sciences. And particularly, I mean, fitness and strength and conditioning expert. You could be a good strength and conditioning expert if you have that knowledge of related to training and this methodology. And of course, you could be a sports development officer, and you could be a coaching expert in terms of training and these things. And of course, sports and wellness, tourism, entrepreneurship, you can also explore. This is also another wide area that you can also explore after completion of your this degree, particularly BSc or BES or MSc. And performance analyst, this is also a good position you can also hold. And personal trainer, it could be like gym trainer. For that, you should have to have some knowledge related to this sports sciences and sports training.
Amrit, यहाँ पे एक question आया है मेरे पास. One of the person is asking, do we need to be really a science student to be a sports science guy? Because he says that he is going to a regular gym and he don't find that the person is a science student. He's just a normal guy and who has opened the gym, and he has kept 2 or 3 trainers who are also not science students. So how mandatory it is to have science as a subject in class 12?
Yeah, ma'am, sorry, can I take this question just from completion of my this presentation? You just put on, yeah. I will get back to you, ma'am. I will just complete this presentation and I will take all the questions. I will try to take all the almost questions, right?
Okay, okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah. So career opportunities in terms of sports science, Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India launches a scheme that is NCSSR. Earlier it was a National Center for Sports Science and Research, and which was also known as IISSER. So in this scheme, government is giving or funding some institute or universities. Already this scheme already has started, and this scheme aim is to provide high performance research, education and innovation with respect to this high performance of Indian elite athletes, right? So under this scheme, some university and institute had got their fund and they are opening excellence center, that is center of excellence, particularly in sports science department, and they're offering different courses that I will be exploring. So for that list of different sports department, which is a research and academic facility, which are available in India, I will be sharing that thing in another slide. Just a second. So different areas, I mean different courses which are being offered in India, that is here only. I have tried to put all together. My screen is visible, Kavita ma'am?
Yes, it's visible.
Fine. So here are the different sports science department apart from this research and academic which are available. First one, that is ICMR, National Institute of Nutrition, Hyderabad, where I am working currently. So we are offering MSc in Sports Nutrition course, which is regular campus-based course, and this is Telangana State. So I have put this like course, status, what are the university, and of course how you can approach them, or you can get different ideas. I mean, if you have any queries, you can clarify it through this contact details also. So like other institute that is Department of Sports Science, Punjabi University, Patiala. They are also offering this MSc, MPhil, PhD in sports sciences, and of course PG diploma also. And this state is Punjab. It is also state university. You can contact this department HOD. They can clarify. They can give you more better aspect related to what are the subject, what are the eligibility criteria. Of course, I will be also dealing this. So another department that is RKMVERI, that is Department of Sports Science, Yoga, Ramakrishna Mission Vivekananda Education and Research Institute, which is situated in Howrah in the state of West Bengal. They're also offering this MSc, MPhil and PhD in sports science. So you can explore, you can take the advantage. Before that, you have to have some basic degree like BSc, and of course it could be science or is arts people, as one question already came. I will be taking that question also for that particular area. So these are department like other Calcutta University, that is Kolkata. They are also offering, this star denotes that these are funded by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports to that department under the scheme NCSSR. So that university also offering sports physiology, sports biochemistry, sports nutrition, of course physiotherapy, this course. And another university that is Central University of Rajasthan, that is basically in Jaipur, Ajmer. So they are also offering some courses related to MSc in sports physiology, sports biomechanics, sports psychology. So this thing, which is basically a central university, you can explore, you can get admission and in turn explore in your career in sports sciences. Also Annamalai University, that is Annamalai, basically situated in Tamil Nadu, in the state of Tamil Nadu. So they are also offering MSc in different sports sciences subject. Of course, PhD also, they have started this last year. And this year also, they are already advertised the, for the particular courses like MSc and PhD. And another that is LNIP Gwalior. They are also funded by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, and they have established the Department of Sports Science, already existing and new one. So they are also offering some courses related to the sports sciences, as you see here, sports MSc in exercise physiology, biomechanics, and also sports psychology. It is basically situated in the state of MP. And other university, that is GNDU, that is Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar. They are also offering this all sports sciences course. It is basically situated in Punjab, Punjab. It is a state university. They are also offering this. Another university, that is a National Sports University. It is first central university launched by Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, Government of India. They are offering this BSc in Sports Coaching, BPES, Bachelor of Physical Education and Sports, and also MS in Sports Coaching and M in Sports Psychology. You can take the advantage and you can get the admission and you can explore your career in sports science, right? And another university, that is Department of Exercise and Sports Science, that is Manipal, basically MCHP, that is Manipal Center of Higher related to these things. And they are also offering BSc and MSc in Exercise and Sports Science. You can also explore that thing. And coming to the next slide, that is TNPSU. This is one of the popular university in India that is related to physical education and sports university. It is basically in Chennai. They are also offering this BSc, MSc, MPhil, of course, PhD in sports sciences related subject. It is basically situated in Tamil Nadu. You can explore, you can get the admission, what are the process, you can contact, right? And another university, that is SGSU, that is of course it is in Gandhinagar, Gujarat State University. So they are also offering this BPES and MPES courses, right? And that is CSS, Center for Sports Science, Chennai. This is basically a dream to be university. They are also offering BSc honors in sports and exercise science. You can explore that one. And another, that is IIST, that is Institute of Sports Science and Technology. It is in Maharashtra. It is basically a private institute registered under this, what I have put here. And I have collected that information from the respective institute or university and internet. And I was trying to put all together. And also the Department of Sports Science, Faculty of Sports Sciences, NSSC, that is Netaji Subhas Eastern Center, that is basically a Sports Authority of India center that is instituted in Kolkata. So there are different courses, in terms of research department, it is there. And many people on sports sciences, they can explore, they can serve Indian athletes as a sports scientist. And so that research facility is also there. And that is Faculty of Sports Science, Sports Authority of India, Netaji Subhash National Institute of Sports, Patiala, where I had also worked there. In faculty, we have already there that research department of different sports sciences, and they are also doing best what they can do for the Indian athletes. So research department is there. You can explore that also. And another, that is NSSC, Faculty of Sports Sciences, Netaji Subhash Southern Center, that is also a Sports Authority of India center in Bengaluru. They are also having good sports science department faculty, and of course different sports sciences department. You can explore that one. You can come to know that what are the department they are doing, and research how they are serving our Indian athletes. So of course it is there. And of course that is Sports Authority of India headquarters, that is in Delhi. They are having also sports research department, different discipline. They are also having that different laboratory facility to nurture that Indian elite athlete, of course junior senior athletes. That thing they are also doing, right? And another, that is very recently, last year they launched this state university, that is Maharaja Bhupinder Singh Punjab Sports University, also called Punjab Sports University, Patiala. Basically it is a state university. For this year they also advertise of this courses like BPES, BSc Sports Science, Sports Nutrition, and these things. So this is one of the another state university which come forward for the sport, particularly, that is Punjab Sports University, right? And recently, very recently, SGT, that is basically in Gurugram and Delhi NCR, they are also launching, they are also offering for this current session 2020 and 2021 basic sports and exercise science. You can also check that on their university website. You can contact if you have interest to explore your career in sports sciences. You can get the admission in starting from graduation. After your +2, you can do this BSc sports and exercise science degree courses. And another, that is DPSRU. This is also Academy of Sports Science and Research Center Management, that is ASSRM, under the Delhi Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research University. They are also offering BSc Honors in Sports Science and also Diploma in Pharmacy and Sports Management. You can also explore that university. It is basically in Delhi. And RGU, it is Rajiv Gandhi University. It is very recently, last 2 to 3 months ago, they also got this fund from ministry, that is Center of Excellence Center. They're also having some department, they will open it. They will also launch that MSc and PhD program in sports sciences areas, like as I told, different subjects like sports anthropometry, biochemistry, sports biomechanics, nutrition, physiology. This center and department and degree they will also provide. They are also launching this department. It is basically in Arunachal Pradesh. You can contact in this by visiting this website of that university, and you can explore. So these are the complete, almost complete institute and university which I have mentioned here, and this above list which I have been providing you all here in terms of research and academic departments where these courses and research facilities in sports science are offered and available. That is based on which are available in internet, and of course respective university and institute websites, and you can search it better in Government of India Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports site. You will get different other courses in terms of physical education and other yoga, and of course physiotherapy. That thing you can also search. Here I have just tried to put all together almost the sports sciences facility which we have even in India. They are doing best, and lot of things from government side is launching, like as you know that Fit India and Khelo India, and for that the sports science they are also exploring. So ministry already had funded several 6 institute or university, and that department is also running that courses. So you can explore, particularly starting from BSc to the MSc, and thereafter PhD you can build your career. So another thing, that is sports science research, HRD in sports, that is human resource development in sports. This is also a scheme. Earlier it was there, and recently they also modify the different policies, and you can also get some fund from ministry to build your career in particularly sports sciences. So this MAS GOI, that is Government of India, is offering various schemes. that is achieved broad basing on sports and excellence in sports, right? So this HRD, that is Scheme of Human Resource Development in Sports, is one such a endeavor where providing financial assistance. Yeah, if you have good research idea, you can get the fund and you can explore your research areas, not limited to any sports sciences. Also you can explore this different areas, like from starting to nutrition training. So you can get the fund, of course, sports medicine and anti-doping and this different things that you can explore. That is so-called innovative idea, and thereafter you can get the fund from ministry. That is HRD scheme. And second, that is research in particularly some project that I already told, that there you can explore this research project and these things, what are the criteria and details. You can visit this ministry site, everything is there, and you can approach. Like, that's it. So that's it for today's presentation related to this sports sciences career opportunities and what are the courses and of course the research areas. So thank you very much for your patience and listening. And ultimately, who we are basically researcher and academician. Right now I am working in Mass and Department of Sports Science, Hyderabad, and this is our department, and we, the team, our students, our faculty members, we are here. We are offering MSc Sports Nutrition course. You can get admission for this current session 2021, 2020 and 2021. We already advertised our advertisement, and related to the admission, it is under process. Due to this current situation, it will maybe getting delayed. So that's all. And this is my contact. You can contact for your further things. So thank you. And now we will discuss for the question answer session. Sunanda ma'am, you can take the question right now. We can discuss.
Yes, thank you so much, Subrata, for such an insightful session on the sports science. In fact, you have given the phone numbers, mobile number of the people who are from the respective universities. Well, we have got a couple of basic questions. The first question is, a student, is he supposed to be a science student to go into a sports science? Because supposedly the person has taken humanities or commerce in class 11, 12, and now his interest is building up in the sports science. So is there any way that the person can go into that?
Yeah. Ma'am, actually, I will say him that particularly sports science subject like exercise physiology, nutrition, and this science discipline is mandate. Their science you have to have +2 science. Then you can explore. Otherwise, if you have interest to be a sports scientist, your background is, say, for example, till +2, it is commerce and arts. You can explore that related to that is called strength and conditioning, or you can explore it like GTMT, that is general training and methods of teaching. There you can explore. That is also branch basically for sports science subject like sports biochemistry, biomechanics, and of course exercise physiology. For that, science discipline is mandate, ma'am. I can say him.
Okay, fine. Now the second question is from Shubham Tiwari, who is asking what will be better for pursuing masters in respect to the career opportunities, that is MSc in sports science, or MSc in exercise, or sports physiology, or any other discipline of the sports science.
Yeah, so Shubham, I think if you are a student of BSc in sports science, and if you have interest in particularly exercise physiology, of course, I will say you that my suggestion will be you should go for your, based on your graduation. Your graduation is sports science, you can go for MSc sports science. Or if you have interest, then you can take that exercise sports physiology, right? So depending on your choice, you can explore. You can eligible, but of course, you have to keep in mind that what is your interest. Is your interest in to be specific more in your subject? Like if you suppose, for example, if your interest in exercise sports physiology, of course, based on your interest, you can go for MSc in sports and exercise physiology, right? So rather than going for MSc as a whole sports science. So based on that, you can explore. That is up to you.
Perfect. So the next question is coming from again Shubham. For UGC NET, these sports science courses and the subdisciplinary courses will come under which course code?
Which?
Course code.
Course code. Actually, I think you are, Shubham, you are asking about related to that NET, is it? So
Yes.
for next subject, social sciences NET, you can go, for example, if your subject is like, for example, physiology, For physiology, your subject will comes under CSIR UGC NET, right? And if your subject is sports sciences, for that you can give that ICMR NET examination. There, social sciences, your subject will come, I think. And for UGC NET, you have to apply for UGC NET. Like their physical education and this sports sciences people, they can obtain for UGC NET, right? UGC NTA right now nowadays. There you can obtain and you can clear it, and you can pursue by getting your JRF and these things. You can pursue your career in sports science like PhD. You can pursue. So that code is not defined, but you can opt for UGC NET. And for if you have subject like physiology, you can opt for your subject comes under that code, that is CSIR UGC NET, right?
Thank you, Subrat. There is one more question from Dipanshu Jadon. He is asking that is it mandatory to have sports background to pursue the degree in sports science?
Good question, Dipanshu. To be frank, of course, if like for me, I am also a non-sports person. I am working in sports science department, but it is not like that. But my interest from childhood, it was on sports, of course. But I am not any player from representing school or athlete. Although I have keen interest in sports, that's why today I came here. So for you, I will suggest, of course, if you have the sports background, it will get, or you will give. You can understand ultimately that how a athlete's life is, as a player. And if you are a sports scientist, sports scientist, definitely you can feel that thing. And of course, you can get some extra advantage in terms of if you are a sports scientist as a sports person. So to be a sports person, I suggest you because from starting, their sports background is mandate. It's not mandate, but it is better. You will get extra advantage to nurture the athlete, right? So it is not necessary that you have to have sports background, but it is preferable. It is better to get more advantage in your subject.
Okay, there is a question from 1 minute. One student is asking what are the skills that are required for a sports scientist? So what are the basic skills and what are the core skills that are required?
Yeah, good question. I will suggest you skills is all about your passion. I mean, how passionate you are to be a sports scientist, that will make you a level. Say, for example, in your, starting from, 5th to 10, after that 12, if you have NAT in sports science, that is only thing that you can grow or you can propagate your career in sports sciences. So to be in that position, it should be always every individual, those who have keen interest in sports sciences, they should have to have that passionate to sports. They have to know every sports. They have to the culture of sports. Then only they can be a good sports scientist. What I feel personally, ma'am.
Okay, there is a question from Sohini Kundu, and she's asking after MSc Human Physiology with ergonomics special paper, what is the scope of the career?
Yeah, good question. Basically, I think he's or she.
She.
Yeah. What her name?
Sohini.
Yeah, I will suggest you. I think you are from Calcutta, as you are told that human physiology, MSc with ergonomics. So I will suggest you do your CSIR examination. You cleared the NET, and you can do PhD in physiology, of course. And if you have, as your interest is to come in sports, then in Sports Authority of India and other institute, they are also releasing sometimes sports scientists, right? So for physiology, you can opt for exercise physiologist. You are also eligible as a human physiology or physiology background. So you can explore your career in exercise physiology. Like some JRF, Junior Research Fellowship, and SRF, Sports Authority India, sometimes they release. So you just keep in touch in their respective website. You can get, and that is not necessary. Your background is human physiology. Physiology. So you are eligible to be a sports scientist, in particularly exercise physiologist, right?
Okay, we have a question in Facebook from Kunal Paul. He's asking, is it better to pursue it from India or from the foreign universities as we are from the middle class family? Should we pursue masters in the field of foreign countries in the sports science?
This is, again, I will say it depends on you. It is not that in India, but at the university we have, they are providing, offering, it is not up to that level in international compete. Say, for example, I am working in that institute, ICMR NIN, we are offering that MSc Sports Nutrition course. If we take that example, This is international level standard course that we are offering. Of course, other universities in India, they are also offering. So you here I can say you your preference. If you are fit, or if you are satisfied that okay, or of course your determination that if you want to pursue in India, and thereafter you can do your higher studies like PhD and postdoc in other sports universities like UK and Australia, then you can go. It depends on you. I can't say that in compared to your foreign and India, their course level in terms of sports sciences is low. I can't say like this, but it depends on your determination and of course your planning. That if you pursue in India, you can pursue. Of course, we have world-class facility in starting from every almost university. Those who are offering, and they are also good. World-class lab. Even here we are offering. It is also international based laboratory we are offering. So I will suggest you, you can determine, you can plan, you can pursue in India. It is not like that. That India and abroad there will be difference, and you can set your mental setup. It is not like that. It's
Okay.
up to you. Yeah.
We have a question from Manpreet Byans, and she's asking, is MA Sports Physiology is equivalent to MSc in Sports Psychology?
No. Physiology is that is science discipline, right? And psychology, it is basically social science, or you can say arts discipline. And so physiology and psychology, it's not equivalent, right?
Okay. 1 minute. There are a few more questions. Let me fetch up these questions. Okay. Bhanu Bavri is asking, currently, which are the institutes or university which are best for pursuing exercise physiology in India in terms of research and getting more experience?
Okay, I will suggest you, if you have seen my presentation thoroughly, I have put almost university, those who are offering these courses, sports sciences, starting from exercise physiology and sports sciences. But I can't say right now also that this university is based, because every university, they have their own structure. They are having their academic facility, of course, research facility. So you look on that, and you, just come to know, you just approach them, and what are the facilities you come to know, then only you can decide. Say for example, Central University Rajasthan, they are also offering exercise physiology, right? And in GNU, Guru Nanak Dev Sports University, Guru Nanak Dev University Amritsar, they are also exercise field, they are offering. But I can't say that they are better, they are superior. So you just search it. Here I am putting the optimum information so that you can get approach. You contact them, you visit their lab. If you have interest, directly you can contact them, and then you decide. But it is, I can't say there is a framing or any level that their university level is this university level degree is this. I can't say like that. You can explore that thing by taking this minimum information, right?
Very well said. One more thing. In case if
Yeah.
someone is from PCM or from the PCB, so sports sciences can be taken, or is there any specific thing that no, we have to be from PCB, not from PCM? Is there any restriction on that?
Ma'am, for PCM, they people are eligible for sports sciences, right? For graduation, they can do. And of course, after graduation, once you will complete this BSc in sports science, you will be eligible for MSc, and followed by PhD, you can also pursue. So it is not necessary or mandate that if you have PCM combination, you are not eligible for, this sports science. So that thing is different, but they are eligible for sports science, right? I think they are eligible.
Okay.
So they can pursue.
Now, perfect. Now, moving on to some of the generic questions that we have received, which were not of, maybe answered in the presentation. First of all, when we are talking about some of the core skills of a person who has to pick up sports science, one of the things is the time management. I believe that's the most important thing that a person should have. Second, a good analytical skills. Someone was asking you what is better, whether I should go for this or what are the things. I believe the skill set, one need to understand what is their present state of personality. What they can measure their personality, aptitude, and interest, and they can see that which subject they can take up. And the best way to do is through a psychometric assessment, where a student can actually find out what is the core area of interest the person is having. Now, moving on to the second question which we have received is PCB or PCM, which we have answered. Now, what is the percentage cutoff, Subrat, that is required for a student to undergo the graduation level? This is a question, obviously, when people are asking on the sports, most often since they are occupied with the sports activity, the academics are getting lagged behind. So even if the person has taken PCB or PCM and has scored anything between 40 to 50%, do they get any opportunity, or is there anything which is lying for them?
Yeah, ma'am. Actually, for that, I can say every university have some universal protocol in terms of eligibility criteria, right? So, if somebody having PCM background and they are asking or they are seeking interest for admission in BSc in sports science, so BSc in sports science, their eligibility based on their different as per central and state cutoff level, and it is there like percentage you have to have 55% like so on. So I mean it is not fixed, it based on that university what those who are offering, you can suggest them that they can check it out that what are the advertisement and what are the eligibility criteria for like PCM. There is for other university also in India, those who are offering this sports sciences degree courses for BSc, they having have some I mean percentage like other like if you have subject or child those who are interested in physics. So for physics, like they have some cutoff that it is the minimum eligibility criteria. So similarly for BSc Sports Sciences have some criteria based on their university, they advertise their recruitment. So you can suggest them better to follow up their advertisement and respective advertisement, and accordingly they can apply. So minimum criteria, I mean in terms of percentage and CGP, it is required.
Okay, so the bachelor degree courses that we are mentioning is Bachelor of Physical Education could be one of the course, BPE could one of the course, Bachelor in Sports Science and Nutrition could be one of the course, Physical Education and Sports Science could be one of the course, only
Yeah.
Sports Science could be one of the course, Sports Management. Then we have Bachelor in Sports Management, BSc in Sports Management, BBA in Sports Management if people are looking for, and BA also in the sports management. Now, when we talk about the master's degree, of course, when they have done these degrees, then they can go into either master's in physical education, master's in sports science, or sports and nutrition. Now, in most of the high-end gyms, or even in most of the hospitals, we have nutritionists and some people who are there post surgery that they come. What is the kind of typical degree these people have who come for the post consultation of the patients post surgeries?
Yeah. So you are asking about ma'am nutrition, right? For consultation in hospital.
Nutrition or anything. See, I'll tell you what. Like for example, my mom was operated in maths, so immediately after that, there are some people who have come. One was a dietitian who was giving the diet. One was a person who was saying, "आप हाथ ऐसे लाओ, पैर ऐसे लाओ," वो सब चीजें. And obviously, they were doctors. So, what exactly do they hold, and what is the minimum criteria to get into such professions?
Yeah, ma'am. See, for as per although I am not nutrition background people, so what I know, I can say to be a sports nutritionist, you just leave it sports. As a nutrition, as your question is like related to consultant after your operation and these things, what should be the ideal diet. So for that too, you have to have a degree properly in from starting to graduation to post graduation in nutrition or dietitian or applied nutrition, I can say. So then you can be a good dietitian based on your experience. Of course, if you have a degree in MSc in applied nutrition, or you can say home sciences degree if you have, then you can explore your area. And of course, almost remember to be a good dietitian or sports and or any nutritionist, you have to have minimum eligibility. Nowadays, many people by doing any certificate course, they are claiming we are dietitian, we are nutritionist, but they have to have minimum degree in terms of BSc or MSc. Then they can explore, they can say this is one area, this is one course. And after, as you say, that operation in hospital, some physio also are there, I mean physiotherapists. So there also some I mean BPT, MPT, bachelor, and after that master in physical therapy or physiotherapy, they can be a one person. And to be in that particular specialization, they have to have their degree. That also matters. It is not that you are doing a certificate course again, I can say that you will be a in particular respective specialization, but you have some knowledge. You are doing a degree a certificate course, for example MPT or BPT, or example for nutrition, you will get some aspects, you will get some insights related to that field, but it is not that you will be the subject specialist. So what I personally believe, I feel to be a subject expert in terms of respective any specialization, your degree should be on that relevant subject, right? So this is from my side, I can say.
So, what is the typical curriculum for a sports science degree? What do they actually learn during that?
Yeah, in particularly sports science subject, as I told in my presentation, and that different sub subject or branches, like starting from sports anthropometry, biomechanics, physiology, psychology, nutrition, biochemistry, of course training. So during the sports curriculum, particularly for BSc, say for example BSc in sports science, they people will get some exposure related to all these branches of sports sciences, right? And of course they will get some knowledge related to athletes dealing in terms of their training, how their athletes particular training depending on their based on their sports event or nature, they will get a clear aspect. And as a whole in BSc sports science, they will also get some other aspects like related to computer sciences, related to statistics, and these things they will also learn in some some units, or in case of some semester they will have that curriculum as far as BSc sports science concerned.
Okay. So, what are your final remarks on the sports science as a career for the people who want to pursue? And if you can share some statistics that how many seats are there, how many people apply, and what is the probability of people getting into it?
Yeah. Ma'am, it is actually a very tough and difficult. It is not that I have some statistical data that from since 2019 to 20, we have got this so and so position, and the people are getting some regular jobs or something related to that. I can't say anything related to that area. But one thing I can say, if you have that passion to be a sports scientist and to work in like our Indian athletes, and you have to that area that to explore and to serve for do something for your society in terms of athlete dealing and these things, you can explore your career. Now they see in India sports science lot of things happen. Yeah, that was not earlier in last 5 4 years, there are also everything. But in coming time, without science, even our coaches they are also agree that yeah, to get that optimum level, we need the help of scientists, from support from sports science persons. So this is one area you can explore, and I have told, I have presented that area that where you can explore, to be a sports scientist, different fitness expert and conditioning expert. And as a whole, there are a lot of options even in India. Last 4 5 months ago in Sports Authority of India, they also recruited, I think, 300 plus sports scientists. So many job opportunities coming, and this is one of the new area where you can be your boss, you can be a good name frame, everything you can get if you have that passion, and of course your work will say everything. So I will suggest they can come out and they can explore this area. This is also some good area. And another thing, sports such a field, there you can get everything from starting to culture, starting to management, starting to your academic, and of course research. So to be a sports scientist and researcher, you have to have your passion. You have to your interest in your subject, that I will build, I will propagate my career in sports science. So that thing I can say again and again. So it is based on your not like subjective rather than objective, you can say. So your determination will take care, or you can explore, or you will be carried out your based on analysis that yeah, I want to be a sports scientist, I want to serve, I want to work with sports or sports person. Maybe some story that individual have to have, like suppose I am a sports person, right? And I have played still state and national. It was sorry for that, that I will not get the chance to play with national. And still you are a sports person, but you are not well. Your dream has not come true to be a. To represent your country in terms of Olympic and these things. So you can explore your area as a sports officer, as a sports to be a player. As already you are a sports person, so you can be a good administrator. Of course, you can be a good coach. You can produce some good athlete. And another thing, you can also be a sports scientist, right? And you people will be the good person because already as a player, you come to know the different variations, different aspect in practical, right? So as a player, you can explore your career in terms of strength and conditioning coaches, in terms of you can say general training and methods expert. That thing you can do. So there is a lot of, I mean, chances or areas that you can explore that still nobody knows. So that's why today's session, I think I can say this NCCN National Career Council, as ma'am, you and your team, entire team, they had taken and they have come out in this particular good area and to get more publicity in terms of in India, our scenario, what are the things that from starting from grassroots to village or rural areas to urban. Many people don't know that what's this sports science, is it a arts, is it a science, and I think we should explore. Then only we can get a good scientist, we can get a good sporting nation ultimately. So without
Thank you so much.
we
Yeah,
can
thank you.
anything. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Subrat. Now we have last question from Kunal Pon. Kunal is asking that after doing these courses, we need certifications like from Australia, UK, etc., to be properly acclaimed as a proper sports scientist. So, what are those certificate level and how to get them? This is posted on Facebook by him.
So, well, Kunal, I can say you after getting this degree in from India, any university or institute, I mean, particularly in BSc or MSc, or you can say PhD. Here you can be a good sports scientist, right? For that, it is not necessary to you have to degree, particularly I mean certificate course from for any university. You can do. I am not stunting you. You can do for based on your interest again, and you can for higher studies. Of course, Indian setting and outside setting there could be some differences in particularly academic and research, but from India, you can also grow. It is not necessary that you have to pursue your any specific certificate course from any foreign university. That will put you in your extra, I mean, CV or your career or your understanding. Yeah. So from India, you can also explore and you can be a good sports scientist, right? If you wish, you can do. That will put you an extra mark or extra thing that will happen with you. If you do any certificate course of respective sports sciences area from foreign, of course you can do.
Thank you so much, Subrat, for such lovely insights and sharing the details about the sports science. Now, I would request Ms. Kavita Rai to come and share her, summary of the discussions along with the vote of thanks. Kavita is the joint convener for the National Career Counselors Network. Subrat, you have already met us in the Career Hackathon. And National Career Counselors Network is a area where we are forming an apex body for the career counselors so that they can impart the trainings or they can impart the knowledge session to the youth so that we can impact 1.3 million youth by the end of 2022. We welcome to all the people who would like to be a mentor with National Career Counselors Network. We have memberships which are there. So you can join us as a free member, you can join us as a premium member, and of course you can get more insights onto it when you join to the membership drive. The objective is we have 1.3 million as a target, and we need more and more people to come forward and take these things further. So anyone who is interested, please ping us.
Here, one point I can say, I appreciate your entire NCCN Career Counselor Network. And you people are there that you are, of course, apart from related areas like from data science to from social sciences or engineering, medical, you people have taken and come out such kind of initiation. I can say here that sports, yeah, sports is such a field, and of course, sports science that student can explore. Our guardian, they can also come to know that yeah, some career aspect in India also there, and you can be a good scientist, you can be a good coach, and these things. And of course, end of the day, I can say sports is such a field there everyone is connected to a social sciences scientist or a medical scientist or a, I can say, other respective areas. So to be passionate, you go for sports.
Thank you so much. May I request Kavita to come now?
Thank you, Shrota. It was wonderful having you. And there's so much of information, so much of insight you have given about the sports science. It just sounds two words, but I know the way you have said it has plethora of options that will go beyond our fingers also if I count on my fingers. It's exceptional that you have mentioned about the universities, state universities, central universities, and also, given an insight to the students, the kind of initiative that government has put in to encourage the youth to come forward, and the kind of, even I say, the sports has gone a sea change in a decade, I would say. Earlier it used to be just a cricket. Now it is moved to all sorts of games, and different games have different needs. That's why we need sports physiology. We need specific sports nutritionist, as you have mentioned. Then you need specialists who work with athletes on injuries, how to recover on the injuries, on the physio, and then biomechanics, which is there, that is working. There's an upcoming field like sports technology that is coming. Sports engineers are coming out. So it is just a never ending thing. Only thing, you should know your passion. If you're passionate about it, sports offers you each and everything. You can go in n number of career opportunities are there. What is the heart or the core of any career, we always say, is your passion. Is the passion should be the driving force. As long as that passion is driving you and you are living that passion, I'm, I know it will take you to great success, to great heights in whichever field you pick. And I always see Subrata is being so passionate about sports science. I see him always in different platforms. He's educating and he is sharing the knowledge. He's have, I think, uh, the way we say, the knowledge increases as we share with the people. Is true for Subrata. Thank you, Subrata, for being with us. And the number of careers that are mentioned that are there, and in case any of the person needs to have that college list, Subrata, please share it with us. We'll be happy to share with you. Just write it in the comment box or connect with us on any of the platform. We'll be more than happy to share you all the details. And in case you like to have special some uh, specific question for Subrata, please mention it in a comment. Even after you're watching it a little later, you can always put the question. We will try to send the question to Subrata and ask him to answer on that. With that, we end today's session. And thank you, Subrata. Thank you, Sunanda, for making the whole conversation so effective and so fruitful. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all, and stay active, stay healthy, and be safe. Good day.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Entire your NCCN team, and as you people are doing your related to career from starting different areas, and again I will appreciate your team effort to come out in sports and sports sciences area. I hope in coming time also you can explore other areas, because see, today I have told and I discuss about the sports science one area. So there another area, as you told, that sports technology and this thing, engineering people, they are also coming out. So there are another area, I mean technology and related to engineering in sports applications. And apart from that, management, that is sports management, that is also another area. So as a subject expert in sports and sports sciences, so today this is one aspect. Hope in coming time we can explore that thing also. Areas of people, those who are working in sports management and for example sports engineering and technology, you can also explore that areas. And really I appreciate your all entire team. And of course I am really happy that today you people have invited me in this platform to interact all over the country people through these different social medias. And definitely if any questions related to this today's topic, you can I think I have shared my email, even different social handles sites in presentation. You can look in that recording video. You can anytime can contact me, and I will try to put my best effort to give you the answers, right? So that thing I can say that that's all for today's. Wish you once again happy Ganesh Chaturthi. Be safe and do your own work at home. Definitely you can achieve.
Thank you
And
so
first of all,
much,
you have to
Subrata.
be passionate in sports. then
Yes,
you can.
definitely. That's the passion is driving you. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's a fuel that drives you to this
yeah.
career. So
Not only in
any
sports, every field you should have your own interest, and your interest will ultimately reflect in your work and your subject or your specialization in every areas.
and as Subrata has mentioned, yes, we didn't touched about few of the topics in sports profession. Only keeping in time the time frame we have, and each segment, even if I talk about biomechanic, it in itself is a one big career option which is there. If we need to need separate session for touching the all
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. Because it's huge, ma'am,
and
and
it's a huge.
of course,
It's just to give
yeah,
you a glimpse of what it offers. Sports is just not limiting to playing the games. It has much more to do. Uh, and if you want some help from NCC and mentors, you can always connect with us to understand your strengths, to understand your personality. Does it drive it to the career option you're looking for? Because every career demands a certain personality, right? Subrata, like if I say somebody in sports physiology, that person need to be fit himself, that person need to be disciplined and practicing the thing himself. It's like you're if you're not doing yourself, you will
yeah,
not
yeah,
be feeling after some time passionate about this career.
correct.
So with that, we close today's session,
Yeah.
and thank you once again,
Once
Subrata.
again, I will thank entire participant because they are the people who are really still engaging and connecting. They are interacting. So that's why we are here to you people. Whatever the information minimal we have, we are trying to explore these sports sciences in our country, and definitely we can achieve. We have already, and we can achieve our maximum. So that thing I can say with this all, I can say bye bye and take care of yourself, and of course health is first priority, so do some exercise daily and you be fit and be safe.
Stay fit, stay
Yeah,
healthy, and
yeah,
say goodbye.
thank you. Jai
Thank
Hind.
you.
Yeah.
Jai Hind.